I'm Ethan Owens from Fiasco Sports and SA Footballer Magazine, and today I'm joined by Liam Short, President from the Salisbury Footy Club in Division 4, and he is our feature legend of the week. So Liam, tell me, how did you find yourself getting involved in the Salisbury Footy Club and then eventually becoming the President?
It was quite random actually. I didn't play any junior footy. I think I just rocked up at the Salisbury Footy Club when I was about 24 and asked for a game, and that was 14 years ago, and I'm still there. I'm still having a kick and a catch, which 37 now, so it's a lot harder than it used to be, but still loving my football. It's great fun.
So how did you go from, just playing a one-off game to becoming the President?
It's one of those things where, the club supports us a lot on the field, and I've always been quite strong about, when your playing days are sort of starting to wind up, having some sort of capacity off the field as well. And it's great at the moment because I think a few guys sort of in their twilight years of their careers who are now starting to get more on board in committee type activities, voluntary roles, things like that. So it's something that, as the community manager, is really pushing, trying to have a bit of a change in the guard and a fresh young crop of guys coming through with new ideas, how we can set ourselves up for the future, looking at the next 5 to 10 years and where we go from there. And not just in terms of the juniors and the male football, particularly the women's football now as well. We've got 5 girls teams representing us this year, and they're all doing quite well, all looking to go quite well in the final series. So I think it's pretty exciting times for the club.
So what sort of things are you trying to push within the club just to sort of take you guys to the next level?
I think, again, it's about really trying to reinforce the culture of the club in terms of trying to make people come back. Because, again, I mentioned before about supporting players on the field, and it's great to get the accolades with on-field success, but it's just as important off-field. And in an area such as Salisbury, where there are a lot of other representative or teams representing in the northern suburbs, we've got to try and look at other ways so we can sort of generate revenue, encourage people to come to the club and things like that. So we're looking at the moment about how we can, I guess, try and differentiate ourselves to make ourselves more of the club of choice in the northern suburbs in particular, but also making it appealing not just to, obviously, senior male players, but obviously pulling out the female players, and also trying to keep the, generating and bringing through juniors as well.
Absolutely, and so you mentioned having some of the senior players in their later years sort of stepping up into committee sort of roles. How does that separate your committee compared to other clubs which are filled with, I guess, parents and people that have been around the club for 20, 30 years?
It's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I have spoken to some other committees about how they roll that. I think they're probably finding the same challenges as well and looking at how they can not necessarily reinvent themselves, but looking at other ways that they can be smarter about, their how they go about their their activities off the field. And again, looking at ways of trying to separate themselves from others and trying to find that point of differentiation, which is what we're looking at the moment. So not to say we actually still haven't got some volunteers and committee members who probably are from a previous generation of football, and it's great to actually have that. I think you still need that as well because they've had the lessons learned, they can pass on to the next crop coming through, but it's just about finding the right balance and also getting guys on board that actually do feel like they can contribute to the club, coming with the fresh ideas, and they can value add, obviously. Absolutely,
and obviously no club can be successful without the help of some great sponsors. So who does sponsor the Salisbury Footy Club?
This year, a new major sponsor's come on board, Happy Haven. They provide some out-of-hours school care activities, and they also do a party hire as well. So they've come on board this year, which is fantastic for us, really helping us out. Roulette's Tavern as well. They're one of our silver sponsors. We've got M&M Electrical, Lord of the Dings, Dominion Industries. It's endless, the list that we've got there, but they're probably more of our key sponsors for this season. But obviously next year we're going to work a lot harder as well to try and find some more. So if anybody out there is looking to get on board, please contact the club. We're always looking for fresh sponsors, and we take good care of you. We like to support the sponsors that support us. So we'll hopefully be approaching you soon and knocking your door.
Great to hear. And just last one to finish off, anything exciting happening around the club at the moment?
We've got a few things going on at the moment. We're still just waiting on to hear from the state government in terms of new club change rooms. That's probably our biggest thing at the moment. So we've lodged an application with the Office of Rec and Sport. That notification's imminent, so we've got our fingers crossed that that's going to come through. Also, too, the Salisbury Council has just released a Salisbury Oval Master Plan, which is going to change the dynamic of the Oval quite a bit in terms of access. Is probably the biggest one. Safety, importantly, as well, and also too in terms of just the game day experience. So being able to still park your car around the Oval, things like that, to be able to watch the games. It's something which is quite unique with our Oval, that you can actually still do that. A lot of other grounds in the metro area don't have that capability. So probably probably 3 to 5 years in that regard off the field with infrastructure upgrades and things like that. It looks to be quite exciting for us.
Awesome, thanks Liam. I'm Ethan Owens from Fiasco Sports and SA Footballer Magazine, and today I was joined by Liam Short, President from the Salisbury Footy Club in Division 4, and he was our feature legend of the week.